Alright guys, Andy and I have gone to the best muffler shop where I put the Lotus for another exhaust change. Now, best muffler shop is on Fremont and it's a numbered street. I think it's like 15th or something like, 21st Street, 33 North 21st Street. There you go. If you guys want great exhaust work, Dan down here does an amazing job. I always give him all my crazy stuff and he always gets it done perfectly on the dot. So, the Lotus is here. Let's take a look at it. I don't know if you guys saw, but I changed the rear exhaust and I added a catalytic converter and a big muffler because, well, I thought that I'd have a lot of opportunity to still keep some of the big power, but also not have all that like exhaust smell. And it didn't work out. Quickly turned that off. And now we have no big muffler. We've got a small titanium system. And let me tell you, it looks perfect from just looking at it right now. I've ordered a new turbo for the car. This car made 750 to the wheels. It's fine, totally cool. It just, the turbo is too big. It makes too much power and it's on the top end. So I've ordered a slightly smaller turbo so I can make about the same 650, but it'll make it about 2,000 RPM sooner. So it's gonna be a lot more responsive and be a lot easier to drive on the street because you really can't get it up until VTEC before you make a big boost. So without further ado, here is the new system. Another thing that was changed, and I'll have him explain it, was this system here. Basically, to mount the hangers and do all that stuff, I had to cut up a bunch of stuff, and we temporarily made this stronger because my clam is a wide body clam, and so we wanted to kind of juice it up a little bit and change this, but we had some drag, so we had it adjusted.
Yep, so basically kept this part here, so that keeps, you know, where everything was previously in the same spot, but added an inner structure that also locates the hanger for the exhaust as well. So pretty simple setup, just added a lot of rigidity to it. So,
yeah, and it looks a lot better too because it's not kind of just tack welded in place, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, so it still uses all the same hardware and everything and grabs both of these bolts on the diffuser, so.
Looks great. And I can tell it's a lot stronger because basically we had a little bit of rattle there before.
Okay.
And now you can move, move that exhaust.
You can lift the back of the car.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
So, yeah.
So, and then right here with all the hangers, this is solid and we're not gonna have any rattle.
Yep, it's got enough give in the bellows so everything can flex, but it's not, you know, rigid where it's gonna crack, so.
Amazing. Now I'm excited to drive.
Yeah.
I almost wish I didn't bring the trailer. Well, it sounds good. Definitely think it even sounds better. The joy of having a twin disc clutch is it's almost a guaranteed for me to stall it once or twice on the way out. That's not accurate, so just don't take that as the truth. All right, let's see if I can give it a little bit of boost. No, that's the answer, is no. It's not warm enough yet. So much boost, fell off. Okay, so we're gonna do another update here. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change out the turbo on the Lotus. Now the Lotus is kind of been a super work in progress, testing this, testing that, and I feel like it's time to go smaller. Now smaller doesn't mean slower. This case, smaller is actually gonna mean faster. The car right now made like 750 on the dyno, and that's okay. But the turbo, you know, the compressor is really big and the turbos are large, so the power truly comes on a little bit too late. So it's really more like a freeway car, but the Lotus is super light, and it's not the car that you want to essentially kind of go like 200 miles an hour in. Now we can add some more downforce and we can get it going better, but at the same time, I'd rather have like a more of a fun street car and more of a fun kind of like, I don't know, just an exciting full-blown acceleration car like my other Lotus used to be. So I'm gonna drop the turbo down from a 62 to a 58, and we're gonna change it. So you can see that here, all right? So this is the current setup here. Essentially this is gonna stay the same. With the only exception is that what we're gonna do is just basically, you know, kind of clean it up a little bit, I guess you could say. I almost want to take this bend and make it a little different. I don't really know. We're going to kind of test that out in a second. But all in all, the car runs good. I drove it. So after it gets done here, I'm going to drive it right back over to the dyno. We're going to have it retuned. And I'm going to give them the car for like 3 days. I'm going to drive it on the street, drive it on the dyno, drive it everywhere. I want this thing tip-top perfect, okay? So we can potentially drive this car to Monterey. Now I don't really know. We're shooting for the yellow Gallardo to be done in Monterey, but that may not happen. We might run into a snag, and I really don't know exactly what's going to go or not go down over there. So wish us luck on the Gallardo. This here is pretty straightforward. My guys at Best Muffler are gonna take the turbo off, cut it up, get it all cleaned up, and have this done by the end of the day. So we should be ready to go here fairly quickly. So I'll give you guys an update as soon as they finish.